Hello. I recently suffered through appendicitis and having to go to the hospital over it. It was a morning when I was cramping up, puking, and the cramps didn't go away. My aunt suggested that it might have been appendicitis, and I'd already considered that it might have been. And for some time, I'd been having this pain on my right abdomen, a sharp kind of pain every now and then. Never knew what it was exactly. What I read online, it might have been appendicitis or a bad kidney. It turned out to be appendicitis. So I called the hospital. When the ambulance came, it was really difficult for me to get into bed with all the pain. And they kind of just assumed it would be natural, and that it was something anybody could do, would be to get into their hospital bed. But getting into the bed from the seat was really painful. I told them I think I had appendicitis, and they kind of doubted me, like I was diagnosing myself. But it was pain in my right abdomen, and it made the most sense. So I went to the hospital, and they did a CT scan on me. They found that my appendix was gangrene and black. So they did an immediate surgery on me instead of waiting until about the morning. So I woke up quickly after the anesthesia. Felt like nothing even happened. I said, "When are you guys going to start?" And they said that they're already finished. So the anesthetic worked really well. And then a few days later, they had to do another surgery on me to put tubes and bags in my system to clear it out. And they had me on IVs all the while, full with antibiotics. And I was in bed in the hospital for a total of 12 days. And it was really difficult having to just lay there the whole time, half naked in a gown, with TV that just had a few good channels, like way up high, where I always had my head looking up. And so I had these bags and these things dangling from me, the IV and the bags. And it was difficult to sleep sometimes. If the IV got a kink in them at all, then it would set off an alarm. And through the night, they'd always come in, give me more medication, sometimes even testing my blood before I can go back to sleep. But I made it through, and from what I know, a burst appendix is a pretty bad thing. I didn't know exactly at first it was burst because the doctor kept using the term perforated, which meant a burst. I didn't know at the time. I was really happy when the day came that I got to go home. It came kind of sudden too. The surgeon just came in, looked at my bags and tubes, saw that they were mostly clear, and he said something like, "Looks like you can go home today." So I went home with my medication. The next day I got all of my medication, except for the probiotic, which wasn't covered. I bought some of that out of pocket, and I got a good brand and everything. I'm feeling a lot better, and actually the pain went away within maybe 5 days, 7 after being at the hospital. Five or maybe less actually. And it seemed like they did a good job on making sure that I was all better. I imagine I had a lot of gunk in my system, and an inflamed appendix is one thing, but a burst one is another. So if you feel these sharp pains on your right abdomen, just be careful. If you ever get a lot of cramping, especially, I would go to the doctor because it could be a very serious condition. So that was my whole experience with appendicitis. I hope I never have to go back to the hospital again, especially for that long. I hope I could just live my whole life without experiencing anything like that again. And good luck to all you. As we get older, we have more health problems, unfortunately. But I'm just glad to be home, all better. doing what I like to do. Thank you.